Hello everybody, and we have an exciting episode today where we're going to be talking about the new document builder inside of Acrobat Sign for Salesforce. We'll also have a special guest with David Aliashvili joining us to tell us all about it. So with that, let's get started. All right, so before we get to the main topic today, I have a few news updates for you. So to start off, for those of you who are using Power Automate and our PDF services connector, we have a new addition inside of there, which is fragments. Now, fragments has been something that's available as part of Document Generation API that allows you to take content like paragraphs or different elements that you reuse between different templates and be able to just simply put one tag and reuse that content across those templates. Now we've added it inside of Power Automate, so you can now leverage things like SharePoint lists or Power Apps to store some of those content fragments and merge that into your different documents. We have an article up on the Adobe Tech blog that can help you learn all about it. The next thing is we have a webinar coming up, which is going to help you learn a little bit more about some of the cool new things that are available for Acrobat Sign. Things like the new Teams integration, which allows you to be able to send documents for signature and track those without ever having to leave Microsoft Teams. Really kind of cool. We also have some other things that we're going to be highlighting there, PDF services, Salesforce, and so forth. So go over to that webinar and check it out. The third thing is that if you're in Dallas, we are coming to your town. We'll be there for 365 EduCon, which is a Microsoft 365 training conference. So if you're going to go to the conference, come stop by the booth, come to a couple of our sessions. We'd love to meet you and see you there. We're going to be doing a couple sessions on integrating with Adobe PDF services and Acrobat Sign with Power Automate and Power Apps. It's going to be an awesome time, and would love to see any of you that are going to be attending. Finally, let's talk about the main topic, which is the new Acrobat Sign for Salesforce app. Now, Acrobat Sign for Salesforce has been around for a while, and it's been helping users be able to take the data that they have in Salesforce and use those to send documents for signature and route them using Adobe Acrobat Sign. But one of the things that we've heard from customers is they want more flexibility with their documents to be able to, say, dynamically generate based on data, set conditional sections of documents so that they only fulfill certain criteria, or cut down on the amount of different variations of templates that they have to create and instead have one template that can meet a variety of different needs. And that is why Document Builder is a really cool new feature within Acrobat Sign for Salesforce. And one of the awesome things about this is that it is a feature within the app, which means that any current Acrobat Sign customers can already start taking advantage of it at no additional cost inside of Salesforce, which is really great and allows you to really create awesome document templates. And instead of just talking about it, I'd love to show you a quick demo. So let's switch over to Salesforce here, where I have an opportunity record for Burlington Textiles. Now, I'm using an opportunity, but it really can be any object in Salesforce, whether it is an account, an opportunity, a contact, or some custom object that you've created. If I see all the information related in this opportunity, we can use any of the information in here, as well as any of the related records or lookup records to generate our documents. We can also see that our contact role, our primary contact is, say, John Echostone here, and we have our component here for Adobe Acrobat Sign. So without having to leave my opportunity in Salesforce here, I can simply choose a proposal or a template that I want to create and send out. Now, one of the other great things about Acrobat Sign for Salesforce is that you can create a variety of different templates. So maybe one for a proposal, one for an MSA or a contract, or an NDA. You can create all of these, and each of them can have different routing as well as different documents associated with them. So if I click on my proposal here, it's taking that information from my opportunity, from my account, and all that info and generating this so I don't have to fill in manually who I'm going to send it to. It's populated all that information in. Has my info, has John's info, and it's generated this document based on that data. So let's have a quick look at what that looks like. So I'm going to click on send because it's going to ask me to sign first before it goes to John to countersign the document. Let's try that one more time. And what we're going to see is that all the information is then merged inside the document. Here we see Burlington Textiles has been merged into here, inline inside of here. My fictional name, Joe, here has been merged in. And one of the things that's important to notice in this, particularly if you're a current Sign customer, is that one of the challenges we've heard from customers is when you insert information using merge fields in Acrobat Sign, it doesn't reflow the document based on the information you're merging in. It doesn't restyle that to make it much more natural to the document. And that's why this is a big advantage, because if we look at the document, it's using the fonts in the document. It's using the styling, which makes a much better document that I'm sending out for signature here. So here it's also personalized this specifically for my person here. So I can just simply click to sign and send that out for signature. Now, once that's sent out, I can also see the updates of this in real time inside of Salesforce as well. So if we look down here, we can see it's been sent out for signature, and all this information is available, particularly for Salesforce developers who are wanting to automate based on some of this information. All that info is in the agreements object, so you can use that to be able to reference in Salesforce. You're not having to make API calls separately. It's all data inside of Salesforce, which is super, super handy. And then if you go back to Burlington Textiles here, we'll also see that it gives us the status that it's waiting for counter signature by the customer. And if I look at all the different agreements, we'll see, this previous one that was signed as well. And if I look at that, we'll see that once the document is signed and completed and everyone has signed it, then it'll also attach the signed documents inside of here. We can attach it to objects in Salesforce, or we can just make a reference to it. So we have all our information that we can look in here. Awesome, beautiful. We were able to create a personalized document, merge that information into the document, and we were able to have it in real time update that there. So now let's have a look at how easy it is to create a template inside using Document Builder. So let's switch back to Salesforce here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my Acrobat Sign app here. And inside of Acrobat Sign, you have the concept of templates, which allow you to be able to set up and configure what object you want to pull information from, what agreement name or the message, which attachments you want to associate in here, any of the recipients that you want to look up as part of this. All this is configurable, every single aspect of it. So let's walk through creating a template here. So I'm going to just simply click on Create a New Template. And it's going to ask me to give a name. So I'm going to say Proposal for Paper Clips. And say Create. And the first thing that's going to ask me, because this is helpful, particularly when you are merging and creating a template, you want to have some sample data to use. So it asks you to use one of your records for sample data so you can see what it's going to generate as. So if I choose, say, Burlington Textiles, I can click on Next. And it's then going to ask me what fields do I want to merge from my Salesforce records into the document. So I can simply click on Add here, and I can see all of my different fields inside of the opportunity. So I can choose things like the name. I want to choose, say, like the stage, the amount. And you'll notice that as I add these things, it also adds it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side here to tell me what it is that it's actually grabbing, which makes it much easier so I'm not going back and forth trying to find what field am I looking for. The other thing that we can also do here is we can also look up information from related records. So say like my account, I can choose my account, I can choose say like the account name. I want to choose the, say, industry. Let's find industry here. Industry. We can get our street information, street, city, state, zip. And it's just easy to map what information do I want to merge into this document. Now, if I also want to merge information like product items, that's also something that I can do for those one-to-many related records. So here we can see then under related, we have things like the product item. So if I want to use that for a table, I can use that as well. So I can just choose, say, the opportunity product name, the sale price, quantity, and so forth. You get the idea. Now, once I have chosen all the different fields that I want to use, I just simply click on Next, and it gives me these easy codes for me to be able to use in my document. I don't have to know the syntax myself. I can just simply click on the Copy button, and now if I switch over to Microsoft Word, we'll see that inside of here, to add this token, I just simply choose where I want this to be incorporated in and just say paste. Boom, that's where the opportunity name is going to go. If I want to switch and use the account name, you'll see account name here. The tag does opportunity.account.name. Just copy that. I don't have to think about it. Go back into Microsoft Word. Paste that in, and boom, it's simple and easy to create templates. Now, for some of you who maybe watched some of our other videos about using Document Generation API and that cool tagger inside of Microsoft Word to tag documents, guess what? You can take advantage of using that as well. So if you click on Download JSON here, it's going to download a JSON file to your computer, which you can just open up. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to copy this text here. And we're then going to go over to Word here, and I have the document generation tagger installed as an add-in in here, which is available within AppSource. And I don't have to think about the actual structure of the data. I can just paste that in there. And then I don't have to go back and forth from Salesforce. I can simply just go in here, and if I want to include, say, the account name, I can simply just choose where I want to insert it, say account name, insert text, boom, done. Makes it really easy for me to tag my documents up. But what about more advanced scenarios? So for example, let's say I have, let's resize this here. Let's say I have this paragraph here that is all about the apparel industry. Well, I only want that to be included if the value is, the industry is equal to apparel. And that's where we can use our advanced functions to help us with that. So if I just select my paragraph, I can go up to advanced. And this is where I can set dynamic images inside of my document. Let's say if I want to change the logo based on parameters, add tables, if I want to add like product line tables, conditional content, which is what we're doing here, as well as things like numerical calculations. So if I choose conditional content, I can go in here and I can search, say, industry. And I only want it to be included if industry is equal to apparel. We can say insert condition. And it puts this wrapper around this, so it'll only include this paragraph if this is equal to apparel. Now, if we switch over here to the more advanced kind of jumping to the end, we can see that I've put in this one multiple different variations of that paragraph. And it's only going to show the right one because it's showing based on either apparel or consulting or industry inside of there, which is really handy. So clauses, paragraphs, any of that type of stuff, you can use that easily. The other thing that you can also do is if you want to say, take your sign tags like we have in here, I don't have to remember how to create a Acrobat Sign tag. I can just simply go to the Adobe Sign menu here, choose recipients, signer 1, and choose the field that I want to place. In this case, this is going to be a signature, and just say insert tag, and it makes it easy for me to incorporate any of my e-signature tags into that document as well. Super easy. So now if we switch back to Salesforce and we click on next here, this is then going to ask us to upload a copy of our template that we've been building. So I can just simply open that up from my computer and I'll upload my Word document. Click on next. And then this is where I can preview what this document's going to look like. And I can use any of my different records here. Let's say I choose Dickinson. I can click on preview. Now it'll preview that document inside of here. Sometimes if it is a little bit larger, Salesforce will ask you to download the Word document, open it up on your computer. Not a big deal. We can just open it up here. And we'll see that the information's merged into there along with any of the other record information. Super easy. Awesome. So in summary, like all of this is available for all Acrobat Sign customers using that with Salesforce. But what I would love to do now is I'd love to talk to David Aliashvili, the product manager for this, for Acrobat Sign for Salesforce, to tell us a little bit more about why we added this into the product. I caught up with him a little bit earlier, so let's have a look at the interview that we did together. David, thank you for taking the time to come talk to us about Document Builder today. Maybe just take a moment for the audience and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here.
Thanks, Ben. Thank you for the invite. Hi, everyone. I'm David Aliashvili. I'm a senior product manager for Acrobat Sign integrations, specifically focused on Salesforce integrations.
All right, so Document Builder. Now, you and I have been speaking about Document Builder for a little while as it's been developed, and it's really been exciting to me. But help me understand, what are some of the motivations behind Document Builder and that being added to Acrobat Sign for Salesforce?
Yeah, great question. Document Builder is an addition to Acrobat Sign feature set in Salesforce. There is a lot of functionality that Acrobat Sign supports in order to accommodate for various enterprise workflow needs once an agreement is executed or sent for e-signature. Now, Document Builder provides ability of automating and document creation before the e-signature workflow starts, meaning that we can now provide ability to automate document creation and then execute signed transactions. That was the main motivation behind it.
And one of the things that I love about it is it takes all those things that, for some of our listeners who have been seeing some of the cool things we've been doing with document generation API, it brings those in and makes them very close in connection with Acrobat Sign, whether that's conditional formatting or being able to set conditional sections or conditional images and stuff. So help me understand, was there a philosophy to the approach of how we were looking to incorporate this into Acrobat Sign for Salesforce?
Yes, absolutely. Just like you mentioned, reduction of time-consuming and or repetitive aspects of it and automation of these steps was the key philosophy that we thought. So I mentioned agreement workflow before e-signature transaction is executed and after. Specifically before the e-signature transaction is executed, automating every single step that's possible was the philosophy. On top of that, reduction of number of templates in order to support every possible workflow was the thinking behind it. So for example, if there is a car sales contract in different states, the only difference might be some state or some specific terms and conditions. We can support that with one template now instead of having to have 50 separate templates. And this expands in multiple different workflows, as you can imagine. Any functionality that you may be familiar with our document generation is supported now through Document Builder.
So David, I was just looking the other day that Acrobat Sign for Salesforce has been around for like 15, 16 years. It was originally launched, I think, in 2006 on the App Exchange as Echo Sign. So we have customers that have been around for a really, really long time. I'm curious, for those customers, what are some of the advantages that Document Builder brings to those customers?
Yeah, great question. Just like you said, we've been with App Exchange for quite a long time, and there has been many enterprises that have developed really complex e-signature workflows. The first benefit for any Acrobat Sign customer is that it is included functionality. There is no extra cost. They can just go and get it and start testing it, start using it. Into more details, the reality is that e-signature workflows has always had a need for some type of document generation. So we're not only addressing those needs, we're closing the gap. So for example, a lot of sales contracts need to have dynamic data tables generated, or in legal contracts, you have conditional terms and what have you. We are able to capture these requirements and address them in a way where it can be all automated. So that's the biggest benefit for existing customers, that they can improve and make their existing e-signature workflows already better.
Now I'm kind of thinking back to all those customers that I've spoken to over the years, and I'm excited. I want to go back and tell them, remember that one thing that we were talking about, wanting to generate those documents or replace those logos and stuff like that? Now you can do that pretty easily.
Yes.
So I guess as a final question, what's next? Where do you see things going? Document Builder just recently came out, so you have any thoughts on what's on the horizon?
Yeah, we're just gonna keep growing. Like I said, this is a step where we are capturing workflow requirements, enterprise workflow requirements before it starts becoming an e-signature workflow. So any of those use cases that we discover or we build on top of already existing ones is the direction here. So for example, any workflows that exist in Salesforce that have a requirement for data-driven documents and then e-signature, Document Builder can and will help there to automate this process and make sure it's error-prone.
Right, because you can actually use it with any sort of application within Salesforce. It doesn't specifically have to be like Sales Cloud or anything like that. If you have an application inside of Salesforce, you have your own custom objects, you can connect with all of those.
Absolutely, yes. The Acrobat Sign base package and the Document Builder extension package, they both are built on Salesforce platform, so it can be used across the clouds. Absolutely.
Well, I'm really excited to see what our customers bring with what they're going to build with Document Builder. David, thank you so much for taking the time to kind of walk us through some of that. And thank you for bringing this, and I look forward to the months to come.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to learning so much more about these use cases that we're going to discover with Document Builder.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
All right. I want to thank again David for taking the time to talk to us about Document Builder inside of Acrobat Sign for Salesforce. And really just go check it out. Go over to App Exchange, install that within your Salesforce environment. There's also a trial that you can get started with if you're not currently an Acrobat Sign customer. But if you're an Acrobat Sign customer today, that's where you have the best advantages because you can use those within Salesforce. Along with that, a couple of other wrap-up items. Also go over to the Adobe Tech blog where we don't have anything on Document Builder yet, but we are going to soon. And we have a number of different other items related to document services over there. So go check that out. And also always go over to the document services page where you can learn more about how you can automate, whether it's automating your PDF documents, extracting content using PDF extract, generating documents. When you have a document problem, we have an API to help solve that. So thank you for coming today. I hope this was helpful, and I'm really excited about what you guys can build with some of these new tools. With that, I'm going to say have a wonderful week and have a good rest of your day.